Hello friends, welcome to the channel Kaivi and Salkai. Today our topic of discussion is phenylketonuria. It is an inborn error of metabolism involving the aromatic amino acid phenylalanine. It is due to mutation in PAH phenylalanine hydroxylase gene present on chromosome number 12. It results in low level of phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme and hence increased amount of phenylalanine in the body. It is a case of autosomal recessive inheritance, and the disease occurs when both the recessive allele is defective. Let us now see the conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine. Phenylalanine can perform all its function only by being converted to tyrosine. Phenylalanine is a neutral and an essential amino acid. It is converted to tyrosine, which is also a neutral amino acid but a non-essential amino acid because it is derived from phenylalanine in the body. This conversion occurs with the help of an enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. Water is generated from oxygen in the reaction. It uses a molecule of tetrahydrobiopterin BH4 which is converted to dihydrobiopterin BH2. BH4 can be regenerated from BH2 with the help of an enzyme dihydrobiopterin reductase. Simultaneously, NADPH is converted to NADP+. The source of BH4 tetrahydrobiopterin is a molecule of GTP. If there is deficiency of phenylalanine hydroxylase due to mutation of PAH gene, this results in classic phenylketonuria or type 1 PKU. If dihydrobiopterin reductase enzyme is deficient, we have phenylketonuria type 2 and 3. If GTP cannot be converted to BH4, we get phenylketonuria type 4 and 5. In all these conditions, phenylalanine cannot be converted to tyrosine and there is increase in the level of phenylalanine. This is now channeled to alternative metabolic pathways. Let us see them in detail. We shall mainly discuss classic PKU. The phenylalanine is converted to phenylpyruvate, which is a transamination reaction in which the amino group of phenylalanine is taken by alpha-ketoglutarate and it converts into glutamate. Phenylpyruvate is the keto acid of phenylalanine and is the reason why the disease is known as phenylketonuria, because in this increased in the level of phenylpyruvate is excreted in urine. Phenylpyruvate has two fates. It can be converted to phenylacetate, which is a decarboxylation reaction, and hence a CO2 molecule is liberated. Phenylpyruvate can also be converted to phenylactate, which is a reduction reaction in which a molecule of NADH is converted to NAD+. Phenylacetate can be converted to phenylacetylglutamine with the help of glutamine conjugation. Now, phenylacetate is an important intermediate and is responsible for the mousy body odor seen in PKU patients. This is also known as musty body odor, Barney body odor, and wolf-like body odor. Coming to the signs and symptoms of PKU. The first one is hypopigmentation. In PKU, there is reduced conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine. Tyrosine is responsible for the synthesis of melanin. So now there is reduced melanin synthesis and this results in blue eyes, blonde hair and fair skin seen in PKU patients. The second one is prolactinemia. Decrease in tyrosine causes decreased production of dopamine. We know dopamine is a prolactin inhibiting factor. So now in reduced dopamine levels, prolactin is increased. Third, mousy body odor. We have already seen that increase in the level of phenylacetate, which is an intermediate of alternative metabolic pathway, is responsible for this odor. The fourth one is congenital hypothyroidism. Thyroglobulin is produced by thyroid follicles which contain tyrosine residues. Iodine attach to these residues and further steps lead to formation of thyroid hormones. If tyrosine levels are reduced, thyroid hormones cannot be synthesized and this results in congenital hypothyroidism. Vomiting seen in newborn. It is severe enough to cause misdiagnosis of CHPS, congenital hypertrophic pyloric stenosis. The sixth one is mental retardation. IQ is approximately 50 and there is presence of agitation, hyperactivity, tremors and convulsions. Let us try to understand the reason for these neurologic manifestations. If we observe the blood-brain barrier, neutral amino acids such as phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan needs large neutral amino acid transporter LNAT to cross the blood-brain barrier and enter into the brain. Phenylalanine is a bulky molecule and increase in its level in PKU causes transporter saturation and dietary tyrosine and tryptophan cannot enter into the brain. As these are responsible for neurotransmitter synthesis, phenylalanine buildup hinders the development of brain causing intellectual disability and other neurological manifestations. Last one is maternal PKU syndrome. Baby born to mother who has poorly treated PKU may have heart problems, small head known as microcephaly and low birth weight. Coming to the lab diagnosis of phenylketonuria. The first one we are going to discuss about Q3's test, also known as bacterial inhibition test. Blood sample is obtained from newborn by heel prick and used to culture Bacillus subtilis. Bacillus subtilis requires phenylalanine for its growth and its growth is proportional to phenylalanine present in the sample. The second one is ferric chloride test. Ferric chloride reagent is added to urine sample. Transient blue-green color is seen. This test is answered by phenylpyruvic acid. Third one is blood phenylalanine level. The normal phenylalanine levels in blood ranges from 2 to 6 mg per deciliter. In PKU, it is more than 20 mg per deciliter. The fourth one is genetic mutation studies. We know that PKU is due to mutation of PAH gene on chromosome number 12. The fifth one is use of DNA probes. Sixth one is TMS, tandem mass spectrometry. It is the gold standard for diagnosis of all metabolic disorders. The seventh one is fluorometric analysis and the last one is HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography. Coming to the treatment of phenylketonuria. The first one is substrate deprivation therapy. Restricted phenylalanine diet is given, but it is important to note that phenylalanine is never completely restricted because it is an essential amino acid. The second one is administration of the drug sapropterin dihydrochloride known as Kuvan. It is a synthetic tetrahydrobiopterin. Third one is supplementation of large neutral amino acids such as tryptophan and tyrosine. It removes competitive inhibition at the blood-brain barrier and helps in their entry into the brain. The last one is recombinant enzyme therapy RET of phenylalanine ammonia lyase. It decreases the level of phenylalanine by channeling it into another pathways. Thank you for watching. That's all for today. Hit the like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos.